So I enjoyed making the last video so much that I thought I'd find different types of roads that we can go on and practice our roadcraft. So this little road here called the C7 is right outside my doorstep, which is nice and convenient, so we can go out on it and practice. So we're going to go straight into it. I'm just stopped on the side of the road, so the first thing we need to think about is merging back onto the road. Well, get in a better position, a bit of a diagonal out of here. What I'm standing on here is a little bit of dirt and gravel, so we don't want to slip up on that. So nice and gentle pull away from here will probably be best. I'm just adjusting the camera so you get a good view. The weather's nice, the heat is not. There is quite a few bugs on the road, so if you do get a bit of a splatter on the lens, then I do apologise. So it's a bit of a shit one really, because it's a turn and I'm merging onto a road out of a turn, out of a blind turn, and I can't see anything. So I'm looking through the hedges to see if there's anything coming. There isn't, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull out. Checking the mirrors as I'm speeding out, speeding up. Now the speed limit here is 40 for now, so I'm just staying in the center of my road, looking up ahead, looking at that guy there waiting to cross. God damn, he looks pretty hench, I wouldn't want to hit him. Some pedestrians on the left, so I'm gonna check my mirror, go out to the offside, going around, checking my near side mirror, going back into the center. So this C7 is quite a nice road. Speed limit change going up to 50, mirror check, speeding up, near side position going to the right, and then the offside position going to the left, looking through the turn. I'm gradually speeding up to 50, if you notice that, it's just going up gradually, I don't have to pin it. Left turn, slight offside position, and I've got a right turn where I can afford to move slightly into the near side position, so the left wheel area of the vehicle, and then as I finish this turn I'll move to the offside position again, looking through, and slowly I'm getting into the flow. They're lovely long turns with beautiful, beautiful views. No overtaking for 450 yards, 50 miles an hour, so I'm staying at this speed, changing positions as I come up to turns. I'm really using this lane to give myself a better view. So near side position coming up, looking through the turn, and then a slight center of the road position, looking through the turn to the left. So this is a lot calmer for me than my last video, because I don't know this road as well. So I don't know what's coming up. We're going through a village, so I'm going to take it down just a bit. I've got a pedestrian walking on the other side of the road with a dog. So I'm just being careful with cars oncoming, moving over to the curb, because oncoming cars will be going around them. Mirror check back into the center. Near side position going around the turn. Looking through and speeding back up to 50 miles an hour, offside position looking left. That's it. I've got advanced warning of some turns coming up, so we're reducing our speed down to 30 as we're coming up into a built up area. And it's going to get a bit windy according to the warning signs. So here, I'm just looking through the turn, going at 30. Near side position coming up. Looking through the turn, and advanced warning of horses as well. So we're just watching out for those. As I'm heading out of the built up area, I can pop it up to 50, gradual increase of speed. Again, we're not racing, so we don't have to pin the throttle or anything. Back over to the central line, looking through for a better view. Max speed 35 miles an hour through these turns, so I'm just going to drop it down, see how it feels. A bit of a left, near side position, looking through. My body position is going off the seat slightly, so I'm moving my shoulders left to right as well as I'm turning. Looking left again. I've got a vehicle in front of me, so 2-second time gap is probably enough around here. I don't know the roads up ahead, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay back, keep my distance. When the road opens up, I can think about overtaking, but I don't want to be in an overtaking position for the time being. One, because I want to keep myself safe, away from the car, and two, I want to give the driver in front the courtesy as well, because if I'm riding up their ass the whole time, they're more likely to be looking in their mirrors rather than up ahead. So for now, I'm going to stay back here, and as you can see, I'm staying slightly to the left of the road, and as the left turn comes up, I'm going to move over slightly towards the offside of my lane. Looking through, we've got some chevrons showing a sharp turn, so I'm slowing it down, looking through, staying in this position with a lovely view of the road up ahead. I'm back into the center for now because we've got an incoming car. So this is just one of those things where the person in front really is dictating how I'm going to go. I'm in no rush, so I'm not feeling like I need to overtake, especially not on this road. If you look on the C7 on the map, it ain't exactly got many straights, so I'm just going to stay where I am. So if you don't know, at this speed, at around 50 miles an hour, you want to be keeping about 2 seconds away from the vehicle in front. So you're waiting for them to pass a landmark, like a gate, like a post, like a specific tree. And when they go past, let's pick something. When they go under that canopy, I'm going to count for 2 seconds. So only a fool breaks the 2-second rule. I'm nice and away. If I was to go under that canopy before finishing my sentence of only a fool breaks the 2-second rule, that means I'm too close. Well, offside position, and then I've got right turn coming up, so an near-side position. I'm changing my positions to keep myself safe from incoming cars, to give myself a better view of the road up ahead. And it also helps me stay focused on the road, because I'm thinking, where do I need to be? What's my position going to be like? What's my speed going to be like? What's the approach to this turn? And at all times, I should be able to brake in the distance that I can see. So we've got a car turning in. I moved over slightly to the near side position to be a little bit more visible to them and stay away from the danger should they decide to pull out in front of me. Max speed 40, advanced warning of a left turn. I'm not going to get too close to the white line here, but I am going to move away from the center a bit more to the offside, looking through the turn. And it looks like I'm getting more and more closer to civilization. Looks like we're at New Haven. So here I'm switching back into I'm in the city center mode. Nice t-shirt. I'm gonna just stay in the center. Going 40 miles an hour. Slight offside position approaching this turn. Looking through. And back down to 30 as I go down through the advanced warning of a new speed limit. Cool, so we are getting up to a roundabout. I can see a roundabout warning sign. I'm going to go straight ahead. So here I'm slowing right down, dropping down a gear, looking right. If there's no traffic there, I just carry on. In this situation, I could have used my left indicator to show people I'm going straight, as there's no left turn off. Obstruction in the road. Shoulder check and go around. Another obstruction in the road, we've got a van with someone walking around it. So I'm slowing down because it's a bit of a uphill. Mirror shoulder, and I'm going around nice and wide, nice and early. Going right back in after I go over. Car pulling out of the side road, turning left, so I'm just moving slightly away from them. And I'm coming to a one-way system here with a give way to the right. So I see that blue car in there as I'm approaching this system. I'm checking my blind spot. If they're not there anymore because they've turned off, I can join this road. I'll stay in this lane because I'm going to go straight ahead over the bridge up ahead. We're going to take a nice road back called the A26, which is a little bit faster than the C7 was, and I know it a little bit better. So going through the lights, showing me that I can go through the bridge, looking up ahead. I'll take this turn off here, so left mirror shoulder indicator coming right off. Coming up to the mini roundabout. On the mini roundabout there's only one lane, so just right indicator on, looking to the right, making sure there's nobody there. Going away from the circle because that could be slippery. Left indicator goes on, left shoulder check, and I'm going behind this bus. And fuck me, I chose the wrong route because now I have to wait for a train to go past. So I'm going to stay far enough from that bus so I can see in front of it, for one. And two, I'm going to make sure that I can see their mirror as well. If I'm too close in that area there, behind that bus, it ain't going to be pretty because all I'm going to see is the back of a vehicle. And I want to see the road up ahead. So if you're doing this in traffic, not from a left like I did, I would probably stay slightly to the right. So a bit more central. About here, so I can see in front of it and see the mirror. I'm going left at the roundabout. They're turning, so I'm giving them the space to do so. Left indicator goes on. Left shoulder check just in case something changed behind me. Nothing coming up on the roundabout, so I'm going to turn off here. A bit of an industrial area, but it is a Sunday at 7 o'clock, so it's very unlikely for anything to be here, but I'm still staying vigilant just in case some poor guy is doing some overtime or whatever it is. I'm just going to check the lens here, a little bit cruddy, so I'm going to give it a little bit wipe. Cool. This is another thing that I have to think about specifically, because you don't really have to think about the video when you're riding. You're just thinking about increasing the speed up to 40. You're just thinking about riding. I have to make sure that personally I'm not too distracted by that GoPro. So heading out of here, I'm staying in the center of this lane. It's nice and wide. There's no danger incoming, so I'm just staying in the center of my lane. Slight near side position coming up to this turn. Advanced warning to reduce speed. But I can see that limit point moving away from me, so I'm going at a nice speed. Car's pulling out of the right, seeing the side of a vehicle, so I'm just ready to see what they're doing. If they pull out, I'm ready to stop. Right, offside position, looking left. The limit point is moving away from me, so I'm at a good speed. And I'm staying away from that vehicle in front. There will be opportunities to overtake here, but for the time being, I'm staying at 40. Again, let's see if we're keeping 2 seconds away. So past that lamppost, only a fool breaks the 2-second rule. I don't know, I feel like I said that a bit too quick, so I will give them a little bit of a gap. Staying in the center of this lane still. And here, I'm going to move slightly to the offside position, as I've got a left turn coming up. Looking to the left. Staying at this speed for now, because no one's speeding up in front of me just yet. Once we go past the signs showing the new national speed limit, we can take it up. Only if the vehicles in front of me are as well. So just because the speed limit changes doesn't mean that I need to go at that speed limit if it's not safe to do so. So I'm looking through the hedges and I'm looking through there and I can see that there's nothing coming up. So I'm probably going to think about an overtake. So I'm getting a bit closer to the vehicle, a bit more closer to the overtaking position. Right indicator on, right shoulder check, come out and accelerate. Left indicator goes on and I'm going back in. Got another vehicle to go over. Around as I'm overtaken. Slight near side position. They're going nice and slow. So it will be nice and legal and safe to overtake. I'll go after this car coming up. So indicator goes on. Overtaking position, coming out, accelerating out, and then back in with a shoulder check first. Near side position with a nice look to the right. Lovely turn. Chevrons. So again, near side position, looking through the turn, keeping at a steady throttle, watching the limit point. If the limit point's staying where it is, that means that I'm at good speed. Moving slightly to the offside position. Staying away from the danger of the incoming car, moving to the near side. Back to the offside. Looking through the turn, watching the limit point. It's getting closer, so I'm just coming off the throttle and then opening up again, leaving it back on. Again, near side position. Looking through, watching the limit point. It's coming away from me, so it's a lovely turn that I can just go through. Offside position, looking left. So they're nice turns that I can see opening up as I approach them. Near side position, looking through. A bit of a blind turn, so I'm just being a little bit more careful. Advanced warning of people in the road, pedestrians in the road. And looking through the turn in the offside position. Back to the near side, looking through. So there's a lot of moving near side, offside when I'm riding, because I want to give myself a good view and I will stay away from any potential danger as well. Advanced warning of some bends. So I'm just taking it down, chevrons, near side position, looking through, watching that limit point. So if the limit point is moving away from me, which is this here, but this next one isn't, so I'm taking it down, looking through. I can already see up that turn as I'm turning. And same again here. Nice wide open road, means I get a good view. I'm going to move over to the near side as there's a chevron coming up, showing me that the turn's going to the right. Looking through the turn. And as the road opens, I can increase my speed. And again, I'm looking through the bushes, so in that gap in the trees, I can see what's coming up. Looking through, I can see the chevron, so I'm going to just take it down the throttle, down on the throttle, watching that limit point. It's just closing up a little bit, so I'm going to stay here, opening up again. I can stay at the speed I'm at, looking through the turn. Got some vehicles in front, so I'm just going to keep my distance for now. Near side position, looking through. And taking it nice and steady as the limit point of my turn is staying steady as well. So near side, offside position, sorry. Turning to the left. And we've got markings showing around about. So 300 yards, 200 yards, this junction. And then I'm thinking about my indicator, so 100 yards, indicator goes on. I've just got to check my mirror here. Take this turn off here. Looking to the right as I approach. That's it, checking the mirror. Checking the blind spot. And I can increase my slip road speed and staying in this lane. So that slip road makes it nice and easy because you're just going onto a lane that's nice and essentially created for you to keep safe. Up to 70 on here, dual carriageway. Staying in the center of my lane. I'm going to go around this car because they're going a lot less than 70. So mirror, shoulder, indicator, moving out. Up to 70, indicator goes off. I'm staying in the center of this lane and I'm looking through the turn as I'm going past this vehicle here. And the next one. So this lane's only for overtaking really, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. Looking through to the right. And just approaching the next roundabout in this lane. because again I'm getting closer and closer to the vehicle on the left, so I'm just going to stay out in this lane, checking my mirrors, making sure that no one's coming up fast behind me. 200 yards, 100 yards, I'm thinking about my indicator here with a mirror check. Slowing right down, coming up to the roundabout, dropping down the gear smoothly. A bit of front brake to take that speed off. If it's clear, I'm just going to carry on in this gear because this is where I'm comfortable. Looking through the roundabout. Left indicator goes on, left shoulder check, and I'm coming off if it's safe. So just because you're doing that shoulder check doesn't mean you can come off. It means that you need to check if it's safe. Nice wide road. I'm going to stay slightly to the offside so I can get a good view of the road up ahead. Stay away from that rut in the road as well. So this is essentially where the wheels of the cars end up. Looking through, I can see some parked vehicles, so just being vigilant if there's people around them. And dropping it down to 30 with a new warning of a new speed limit. And I'm going to be going through a tunnel as well. So center of this lane, go through the tunnel. My lights are automatically on, so I don't have to worry too much. Some vehicles don't turn their lights on. I find it quite strange that people drive around with their lights off. You're so much more visible with the lights on. So if you do have a motorcycle that doesn't have automatic lights, just keep them on. Keep them on at all times. Makes you a lot more visible. I'm going to be taking a left at this roundabout. So left indicator goes on. Just moving over slightly to the left to show people what I want to do. Taking the leftmost lane. Looking to the right. If it's clear, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to indicate to the right. Switch lanes with a shoulder check. I'm going to go and fuel up.